Welcome to Encroachment.
On the air.
All right.
Welcome to Encroachment, the new SFL hit show on ESPN 28.
It's 28.
28. We're sponsored by Pure Life. Real, delicious water. Anyways, let's talk some SFL. In Week 7, the 1-4 Heart Foundation traveled to the Purple Cobras, who are undefeated.
6-0.
6-0, looking very impressive. It's sort of hard for the Heart Foundation to get back in the playoffs. They need a lot of help, but the Purple Cobras are going for that undefeated season. What do you see from them this year, Kevin?
You know, they've got a lot of talent. First overall pick up a guy like Adam Denis, you know what you're going to get. You got a guy with some pretty sure hands, not easy to stop. They also went down the line, picked up some other tall receivers.
How they drafted Pat and Steve in the later rounds. Steve had
sleepers.
A rough preseason, dropping many passes and throwing a beer on the field, and you gotta say he's impressed.
Yeah, we thought he was going to go downhill from there, but he stepped his game up.
He stepped it up. And let's shift sides a little bit to the other team, the Heart Foundation. We know Dan Spinner is a hell of a game planner.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen it every game. He's been in almost every game. He almost beat Beast Mode and the Purple Cobras.
Resembles the hoodie.
3. Yes, exactly. You saw that interview. And they just can't get it done. What's your opinion on their team?
You know, I don't know. They're just underachieving this year. Like we said, 1-4. They're down in this game. I just don't think they have it.
They had Randy Wiggins, who actually quit the league along with his brother. Well, Jesse Wiggins got cut, but that's a different story altogether. And they've added some different guys like Jamie Quigley and Drew, but they can't get over that hump. Is it Dan or is it something else?
You know, I don't think you can blame an individual here. They're just not working well as a team.
It's hard to see because you know they have the talent. In fact, let's break down that game they had against the Purple Cobras in Week 3.
Week 3. Obviously, we all remember the play. Adam Denis caught the ball in the end zone.
We're going to show you this clip right now. Here, the ball in the air. Adam Denis clearly has possession of the ball, 2 feet down in the end zone. And then look at Randy. Pause it right there. Randy begins to try to strip the ball away from his back, clearly in the end zone. I mean, I don't know how you cannot call that a touchdown. Kev, what's your opinion?
You know, we're having fun here. We're here, you know. I think he's going a little too hard. It was in the end zone. It was a close game, so you understand the heat. He's a competitive guy.
But do you think that's why the Heart Foundation is struggling? I mean, let's face it. Since they got rid of Randy, they haven't been really...
They've been a little better.
You think so? I don't know.
I think they're playing more as a team.
You could see it, but just they need wins. A win against the Rusty Tailpipes really isn't anything. Let's look at another play from that game.
Tailpipes have a good offense.
Look for that next week against the Harlem Heat, by the way. That'll be 9 o'clock Tuesday. But anyways, let's break down this play from the Purple Cobras game when they last played the Heart Foundation. This interception by Andy Wittich here. You gotta wonder what Jesse Wiggins was feeling. They're up at this point.
They're up.
Here, break it down right here. You can see the camera just going back and forth. You can tell the crowd was pumped up. Maybe that's what got to Jesse, and then afterwards, there was another interception to Adam Denis. I believe it was the next throw.
That's a 14-point swing right there. You can't give up those kinds of things. That's why they're not winning in this league.
They had the Bulls by the horn, and they just couldn't get it done. Now you wonder if they can come back from this game. It's 36-14 at halftime. Steve Wagner is actually hurt and wanted to play with one eye. We demanded him not to.
That's dangerous.
Tried to call Brian Spila, but Wagner demanded not to. But do you have any chance?
By the way, Spila is 5 for 5 with 5 touchdowns catching.
But you can see he got really gassed at the end of the game. But you never know. They could have used him.
Hey, you never know.
He's another tall target for that team if they ever need him. If someone ever needs to go down, someone ever goes down. But the question is, can they come back from this game?
No, I don't think so. I think their season's over. I think they need to look forward to next year and try and have a nice draft.
If they want to have any chance at this year, they gotta win and hope the replacement and the Horsemen lose all their games. It's gonna be rough, but
they've got a long road ahead.
Yes, Dan Spinner is the right coach to have in this situation.
They've got their work cut out for them.
That's for that game. Now let's shift to other sides. The next game we had at 10 o'clock was 3-3 Horsemen traveling the 4-2 Beast Mode. And we saw some different things from that game. You played in that game. Tell us what you think of it.
You know, it was a tough loss. Every loss, when it comes down to the playoffs, is a tough loss. But this is a game where we pretty much needed to win just to clinch.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah. Now our fate is not in our hands for the most part. We need the replacements to lose one of their games, and we need to win out. We have one game left.
Do you think it was the home field advantage that did it? Do you think that
I think it was. You know, we've been traveling a lot, and we were just jet lagged coming off.
You gotta hate it. No, you had the prime time game too. Everyone was watching.
You know what I think it was? Brad actually sat between two large women on his on the plane ride here. I think it jammed his shoulder a little bit.
You never know. You never know. Let's talk about their new player, Ross. How good was he in that? We didn't know what to expect. We knew Clay Carpenter had an injury going in, which we'll talk about a little later.
He had a big hood on. I don't know if you saw that. His hoodie had a really big hood.
Who, Ross?
No, Clay.
Oh, Clay?
Yeah, I couldn't even tell it was
what
him.
A cheerleader he was.
Yeah, he's a great guy, Clay. You're a good guy.
Good job, Clay. But let's talk about Ross. Like, how did he affect their game plan at all?
You know, he's quick. He is not. I didn't get a chance to cover him. I didn't really see much. I just know every time he caught the ball, it was either on an out or an in or some little.
So he's good on those short routes.
Yeah, he's got a good 5 to 10 yard in and out thing going. He's got some surprisingly sure hands for a little guy. Well, he's jacked, but he's not very tall.
Their quarterback play has been good the last couple weeks. You got to admit, ever since that 74-44 loss to the Harlem Heat, you think they're a different team?
You know what? Yeah, I thought after playing in week 1 with the Horsemen that were not as good as they are now, I thought they were overrated. They have a lot of speed, that's no doubt, but now I can see that they're a whole new team.
They got different chemistry. I don't know what it is, but you can tell they're ready. They're geared for the playoffs.
There's something in the air there.
Let's talk about your team, the Horsemen. Now, they've had some quarterback troubles in the past. You've been switching it up. Brian Seiler had a rough game against the Harlem Heat. You had Brad Larkin start this week.
He demanded a start. You know, I had to give it to him. We got to keep the guys happy. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I think he was maybe 13 of 36.
It sounds about right.
That's the word I'm getting.
He made some throws, but then he made some questionable throws. It's been plaguing your team all year long. You have to admit.
Yeah, we didn't have any chemistry on the deep ball. It was just not working out. One I dropped. It was a little over the shoulder. Easily, I should have caught it. Didn't catch it. You know, anything
it
like
happens. It happens.
Play like that can turn the game around, though.
Brad Larkin has told me several times that he just entered your team without having chemistry with anyone. He says over the next few weeks, if you guys make the playoffs, that he'll have better chemistry and that you'll be clicking better.
You know,
think this is true?
I think he is much more valuable to us as a wide receiver. He's got some pretty good hands. He caught a touchdown late in the game. I don't know. It was, or maybe it was a 2-point. I think it was a touchdown though. It was pretty close, but it was a tough pass. It was down at his ankles.
Either way, he's valuable. Let's just break down that tape. Well, we don't have the tape. We don't have the tape.
The camera died.
Oh, by the way, I would like to mention that our camera died.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, fans.
No footage.
Unfortunate, but it was a good game. You missed a good game, and the Horsemen are now 3-4. I mean, that's a tough loss, but the replacements have to lose, and they play a half against the Hart Foundation, and then they play the Purple Cobras. You know so what? You're going to be an Andy Whittish and Dan Spinder fan this week. Right?
Yes, I am. I actually bought the Purple Cobras a dinner.
Ooh. From where? From where?
Ooh.
L times?
Oh, how'd I guess? You got me.
I mean, it's going to be a close one. You know the replacements are going to be playing for their playoff lives, but...
And I don't think the Horsemen want to lose. They definitely want to win out the season.
In Week 10, you can see the Horsemen play the Rusty Tailpipes. And may we add, Frank Jaworski has something torn in his jaws. Has something torn in his knee, and the doctor says he shouldn't be playing, but he's trying to finish the season anyways, and may even play in the Pro Bowl. So
I did not know this.
Yes, it's rough.
Meniscus.
They have